Hello, team players. So, you can play as a dwarf in both D&D 5e and Pathfinder. But the question is, which one is more fun? Let's start with the D&D 5e dwarf. Dwarves in D&D 5e are medium humanoid creatures and have a speed of 30 feet. As a dwarf, you have these special traits and no others. Dark vision out to a range of 120 feet. You also have resistance to poison and advantage on saves against poisons. Your hit points increase by 1 and 1 again every time you level up. And as a bonus action, you can gain Tremor Sense out to a range of 60 feet for 10 minutes. But you must be touching a stone surface to use this. And you can use it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and regain all uses on a long rest. Yeah, unfortunately, dwarves are pretty much all the same in D&D 5e. That's why no one wants to play them. Dwarves in Pathfinder, however, are very different from each other. They still get dark vision, and they are still medium size. But they do have a speed of 20 feet, not 30. However, they do have feats that make up for this, like unburdened iron, so you're not slowed down by your armor. But the big difference is dwarves in Pathfinder actually get boosts to their ability modifiers. They get Constitution, Wisdom, and a free boost. But unfortunately, a flaw in their charisma. This already makes dwarves significantly different in Pathfinder because with one dwarf you could have that free boost be in strength, and another dwarf could have that free boost in charisma to get rid of that flaw. And we're not even close to done with differences yet. Unlike in D&D 5e, there are actually types of dwarves in Pathfinder. There's the Death Warden dwarf that gives you a bonus on saves against void effects and those created by undead creatures. The Forest dwarf, which gives you fire resistance, and the Ancient Blooded dwarf, which gives you a bonus on saves against magical effects once per round. There's also the Rock dwarf, which makes it harder to reposition, shove, or trip you. And finally, the Strong-Blooded dwarf, giving you resistance to poison and making it easier to recover from poison, just like the 5e dwarf. And in Pathfinder, the roleplay aspects of being a dwarf actually matter quite a bit more mechanically. For example, in Pathfinder, dwarves being in clans actually matters mechanically because you can get a free clan dagger at character creation. There are also feats that give you extra skills for being in a clan. And some clans even give you a freaking gun for being in your clan. And dwarves working with stone actually matters a heck of a lot more as well. You can take feats like Telluric Power and Stonewalker to use the stone around you to your advantage. Or at high levels, you could even open passages within rock or stone with the Stone Gate feats. Being a dwarf matters a heck of a lot more at high levels. You can even take Mountain Stoutness to get something similar to what the dwarf in 5e gets when it comes to HP. There are so many feats in Pathfinder that for being a dwarf that every dwarf will be significantly different. Unlike in D&D 5e, where they're basically all the same, and that makes them quite boring. I'll cover more on dwarf feats in my next video, which I'll put up here when it's done. But in the meantime, you may like this other video I have on screen. And be sure to check out the description below for other ways to support me as a creator. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, teamwork is vital. It helps us solve problems.